Hello, I am Michelle Lowery. Nice to see you today. Today we are talking about time blocking. And as you can see on the screen, I've created a template to do time blocking and to get your foundation set up. If you haven't gotten your template yet, please go ahead and click on the link either in the blog post or on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you are. You'll find a link in my profile. And go ahead and sign up for it. You'll get your template and then we can get to work. I will say about time blocking, you actually can do this right in your calendar in Google. But to lay the foundation and kind of have a system in place for you before you get into Google, I think the spreadsheet is a good place to start. So when you get your template, I want you to click on File and make a copy and then rename it to what you want to name it. I'm going to call it Video Time Blocking, and we'll hit OK. That way you can now customize your time blocking template however you want, and you can do whatever you want with it. So that's important. Now, as you can see, we've got the title up here, but I have time over in the left-hand corner, and then I've got the days of the week. You can change this if you want your week to start on Monday. You can certainly do that. I always like to have the week start on Sunday. And I made the timesheet in half-hour increments. Certainly, if you want to break that down even further into 15-minute segments, you can. You can simply add on. You click on the number over here or the row, and then you hit Insert Row Above, and you could put 5:15. And you could go through and do that all the way down. But since I'm in half-hour increments, I'm just going to leave it, but I will leave that there to show you that you can do that if you want to. As I said, I started at 5 a.m. because I know that certain people get up really early and start their day really early. And I've gone all the way to 10 p.m. Certainly, you can change that however you want, whatever works for you. That's what this is all about, is finding a time management system that works for you, and this is where we're going to do that. So you'll notice over here I have the word code and then some colors. One thing that I like about time blocking is that it's such a visual medium, and I use color coding to delineate what kinds of tasks are getting done at what time. Certainly you could just write in the task and leave it at that, but I find with color coding you can easily see what you're doing and when you're doing it, and you don't have to think a lot about it. You can just see with the colors what's happening. So before I get started with the time blocking aspect of this, I'm going to fill in the topics that I know I need to get done. For instance, for me, one of the big pieces of my week is my client work. So that is going to be this one. And, you know, when you're working on this yourself, don't worry about perfection. Don't feel like you have to do this the right way. This time blocking process is going to continually evolve for you. I have been doing this for over a year now, and the process has continued to evolve as I get better at doing certain tasks, or as I have seen that certain tasks don't quite work the way I want them to. I've changed the way my days are structured and the way I do things. So you're going to start today wherever you are, and as you go through this process over the weeks and months, this is going to change. Don't be afraid to change it up if you find a better way that works for you. But you need to start somewhere, so start today. All right, so client work, and then I need to do my content. And is it me, or did that color just change? That's weird. It totally just changed. But I want it to be a little more orange. Okay. Education. How many courses have you signed up for lately? Right? So one thing that was happening for me and why I kind of got into time blocking is that I had all these courses I wanted to take, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that. And I never made the time for it. And I would have it on my to-do list, but it would never happen. So this is where time blocking comes in. The things that are a priority to you, you actually make room for them in your schedule, and you actually do them, and you actually get them done. Rather than having a big long to-do list that never gets finished, time blocking allows you to finish things. Let's see, research. Not typing very well. I also need time for my Time Saver Tuesday. I'm not typing in capitals, sorry about that. What else do I need? Miscellaneous projects, and then admin. So these are kind of general, but that's kind of what you want. You don't need to get it, you don't need to get into the minutia with this process. You want to just have the time for your bigger picture stuff. So this is stuff that works for me. You choose your own priorities and your own topics, but I'm just going to show you how this works. And I just want to, here we go. That was bothering me. Okay, so for me, Sundays are my official day off. I don't do anything that day. I spend the day with my husband and we have a great day, but I don't turn on the computer. I try not to check email or do anything like that. So for Sunday, for my own purposes, I'm going to just gray out the day. That way I know it's not there. If that were to change, I could certainly add something in. If you're doing this at home, you could even take, whatever day you take off, you could even remove it from your schedule if you wanted to, and that's fine. So for me, my day kind of starts at 7:30. That's when I have my first cup of coffee. Actually, I only have one cup of coffee during the day, but it just lasts all day long. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm just going to drag it across the week because I do that every single day. And so basically from 7:30 to 8, that's my time to kind of wake up and get things rolling. And then by 8, I'm ready to hit the ground running. And I do like to, this is one thing I've learned with time blocking and doing my time management. I like to front load the week and get kind of the heavier stuff done on Monday and Tuesday. That way, by the time Friday comes, it's a little bit, the week gets easier rather than getting harder. So for me, I definitely like to do client work. So I'm selecting this area. I usually go from 8 to 12, depending. Sometimes it goes longer, sometimes it goes shorter. But we're going to do that, and we'll say client work. And we're going to also do that on Tuesday. Same thing. And usually 12:30 to 1, I take lunch. So I'll just type in lunch. I didn't select a color for lunch or coffee, but that's okay. But you can see I'm just kind of adding this stuff in. Okay, so Monday afternoon, and I try to finish my work by 5. So I do my content creation. So like my Time Saver Tuesday episodes or my blog posts, any kind of stuff like creating graphics, etc. I go through there. So I've got my content there. Oh, and you know what? Tuesday, that's wrong. I'm going to copy this though. Copy and delete because I do my client work on Tuesdays in the afternoon. Paste. There we go. Because on Tuesday mornings, I do my Time Saver Tuesday. Paste. There. Okay. Wednesdays, I do some client work in the morning. That's a couple of hours worth, usually from 8 to 10. And then from 10 to 2 is education. So this was a huge piece for me when I actually started scheduling in when I was going to actually take these courses that I have signed up for. That was huge. Let me fill that in with the right color. There we go. And you can see how with the color coding, you can just kind of see what's happening during the week. And then, actually, I'm going to just drag that to the rest of the day because Wednesday is dedicated to education. And I have lunch in there too, so let's just drag that over. Okay, so Thursday, I do my client work in the morning, copy, paste it there, and then drag it down. And, I'm doing it the way I do it. You can do it however it works for you. Thursday afternoon, I like to do some research. And Friday mornings, I do client work. Oh, for goodness sake, copy, paste. And then Friday afternoons, sometimes I have more client work to do that didn't get done in the allotted time, so I do it then. But, whatever extra projects need to get done, that's when I do them. And then Saturdays are usually my day for admin, any kind of bookkeeping that I have to do or, whatever kind of emails that have been left over, just my other stuff that needs to get done. Here we go. Okay, let's drag that in. And of course, that's basically it for my work week. So this has been a constantly evolving process, and it's not going to be perfect when you start. But, if you have your priorities set and you know that you need to do certain things, I find time blocking to be really helpful because you're not chasing your to-do list, this endless list that has everything on there that you never get done because you don't know how long things take. The thing that's great about time blocking is you have a start time, you have an end time. It starts, and then, oh, look, at 2 o'clock, it finishes. So you know that you only have a certain amount of time to do something. And I find that if you only have a certain amount of time, you're going to get it done in that amount of time. If you have all the time in the world, or if you haven't set an end time, you're going to take 8 hours to do one email or whatever. So that's it. But this is how time blocking works. And I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I also want to tell you that this is going to change. The way you set up your time blocking today may not be what your time blocking looks like a month from now or 2 months from now. And that's okay. It's a constantly evolving process, but that's a good thing. As you keep getting better at doing certain things, or as you find ways that work better for you, keep evolving, keep growing, and you're going to be a master of your own time in no time. All right. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.